Can we all just take a moment? Breathe in steadily. Breathe out. Focus on the space between your thoughts. Listen to the sound of the cooking fire and the sizzling moose meat. And imagine what this camp office smells like right now. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of the Long Dark in our Against All Odds series. This moose meat has about 47 minutes left on it. And as we verified at the end of the last episode, there is nothing left in here. Oh, hey, I'm still stinky. Well, let's go outside. There's nothing left in here that we can really break down quickly for wood. So that's fun. I'm going to drop all that. I guess I am going to chow down on one of these real quick. But the only place that I'm really going to get a good amount of meat... Oh, hey. There's one scrub brush. Or not meat, but wood for the fire. Let's see. Yeah, if we use the hatchet, it'll take 13 minutes. Let's go ahead and break this down. This will keep the fire going a while longer. Oh, hey, look at this. How about that? Random metal container. Can these be broken down? No, of course not. That would be too much to ask. Let's go back inside. It is brightening in here quite quickly. And we are working our way through all of these moose quarters. Unfortunately, these don't add a ton of time to the fire. Still have about 20 minutes. So we have 2 hours, 21 minutes left there. This moose meat is getting pretty moldy, as you would expect. These moose quarters still need to be broken down. So we're making progress. The main thing is that we need to get sticks. We need wood for this fire. And the next place that I can think of where there might be some, we already checked once or twice. I, of course, need to be mindful of any woodland friends that are nearby. But we're going to go up here and take a look. See if I can find any more sticks around this corner. Because this is the closest spot where there are... Yeah, see, here's the dead wolf. And, of course, we have... these branches that have fallen, these giant branches, but I'm wondering if there's anything smaller, maybe? What if I cross the tracks? So that food in there is going to finish cooking. If you're thinking, Hadrian, there wasn't much time left. Yeah, there wasn't, but they'll also sit for longer than that, cooked on the stove. So the main thing is just to find a pile of sticks. And unfortunately, the level of detail graphics in the Long Dark, even with my settings turned all the way up, which they are, they don't really permit you to see sticks from a great distance. You kind of have to get close. So we have to wander into the woods here and see if we can find... Really? That's what pushed us over the edge? The one stick? Okay, game. I see you. Alright, I see branches but not sticks, and... yeah, I think I'd rather pick up sticks. Hey, pick up sticks. I remember that restaurant. Does that restaurant still exist? Pretty sure it's a West Coast thing. Sorry. I'll focus. Alright, let's grab a few more of these. Unfortunately, these are... oh, good. Here we go. Jackpot. See, this is why I will sometimes pass up the opportunity to break down branches, because, yes, they're right there. And probably it's a logical fallacy in my brain 90% of the time, and I should just break down the branch. But my thinking is, if I go just a step farther and there's like a mother load of sticks, an entire mother load, then that would be better, wouldn't it? But I will go ahead and break this down. That's going to be 7 minutes. I don't love that, but it's 3 sticks. Okay. Let's run back to the camp office. The only other problem is that we need to sleep. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep this one fire going the whole time. It would be nice. But the good news is, even though the camp office is very, very stinky, and I feel sorry for Jennifer for that reason, and others, several others. I mean, think of just how much we've put her through over the last 10 years. It's problematic. I forgot where I was going with that sentence. I got too snarky in the middle of it and totally forgot where I was going with that sentence. Okay. we're just not necessarily going to be able to keep that one fire going. There's another branch right up there, so I can break that down. And of course we have the... Well, no, we already broke down the scrub brush. Okay, so we've got that one branch. But this meat should be good to go. Well, more than should be. It'll definitely be cooked and ready to take off the fire when I get up here. Hopefully not burned. It would take a lot for it to be burned. Yep. See? They sit on the fire for a very similar amount of time.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Okay. So, well, there's some cooked moose meat. What the heck? So that should be downstairs. Oh, and I should probably add what I've got to the fire. Let's do that. I did go and pick up all those sticks. It really stinks that they haven't fixed the interface yet. I really thought they had, and I know I've said that already, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's annoying, okay? It's problematic. It's been that way for several patches, and you would have thought with that... I mean, don't get me wrong, the last hotfix was amazing. It was such a long list of changes to kind of polish off the game in its current state, now that Tales is so close to true completion. Well, it actually is fully complete, but the game itself, with the updates that have been announced for 2025 and the final episode of the story mode, finally. There's still stuff coming down the pipeline that will affect us in Sandbox. And we may very well, if I haven't mentioned this in Against All Odds at any point, we may very well stream the story mode from start to finish at some point, because that fits our criteria for what we stream here on the channel. Because it's more narratively driven, it's following a plot line, it's a little bit less sandboxy, and a little bit more cinematic and popcorny, if you will. Popcorny. See what I did there? I'm sorry. Alright. Still have 35 minutes, let's keep looking for sticks. Now, in theory, because of how long these take... No, it's a bad theory. It's a bad theory. I was going to say we could probably break down some of these things. There are several items still inside here that could be broken down. Aha. I just got a wild hair and I was like, I wonder if that hook is sitting on the table. It is. There are several items that could be broken down, but they take almost 2 hours to fully break down. Alright, let's go ahead and drink some water. Now, I'm pretty tired, but I can drink this coffee. Oh, just kidding, I can't because I just drank water. Wow, Adrian. Okay. I'm really tired. I'm awake. Jennifer's tired. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to wander off in another direction, actually. We still have that moose carcass. But yeah, once I'm fully exhausted, there's going to be more and more of a compelling case to just relax and not work so hard to cook this whole thing at once. But I want to have it cooked. We are going to go through a decent amount of the meat while we cook it, but it'll build up cooking skill early in the run, which is good. You want that. That's a thing that you want. And of course, the guts and the moose hide will go a long way towards being fully cured while we're working on this. And we still have other areas in Mystery Lake to search, so we'll do most of that at the same time. The main thing right now is just that we... Oh, look, it's getting brighter. The main thing right now is just that we stick somewhat close to the office and get this thing fully cooked so that the moose doesn't go to waste. That was a very, very lucky early kill. Any Long Dark player will tell you that. Those are circumstances you do not want to show any scorn toward. Take them seriously. Appreciate the gift you've been given when you get a moose that early. So that's what we're doing. Even though it's going to take a minute. Okay, here's some fresh sticks. I knew that I'd find a few more if I went this way. Gonna put the rifle away for just a moment. Where'd that other one go? Did y'all see that? What the actual hell is happening? Are you kidding me? Not only are they phantom sticks. Oh, that's so rude. Alright, so apparently there are some bugs that still have not been hotfixed. That is wild. I know what this episode title is going to be. Tempted to make a Star Wars joke, but I won't. That is so rude. I walked all the way up there to grab those sticks, and they literally are ghosts. They're ghosts. I'm also really tired. If a wolf were to jump me right now, I would not be... I wouldn't be in a good position, okay? You wouldn't want that. For me. Or for yourself. You might want it for me, because then it'd make for more entertaining viewing. And then your day would be better, because you watched me suffer. And I understand that. Man, it's a nice day now. Part of me is tempted just to go on out. I do want to try and keep this fire going, but part of me is tempted just to go on out to the huts and look for stuff there. The problem is just we're so tired. I guess that makes sense, too, for why we got encumbered earlier when we picked up the stick. Because we were tired. That was what was bringing the encumbrance limit down. Didn't think about that. Did I grab everything in here? It's so bright in here now, I want to double check, you know? It looks like I grabbed everything. Certainly grabbed everything wood-wise. Whoa, hi. Herbal tea. Stack of papers, don't care. Any other sticks in here? Did I leave anything? Double check. Oh, yeah. Broken torch. I'll take that. Yeah, there's nothing else here, unfortunately. Wait a minute. Hold on. I might be about to take that back. Shelf. Are you kidding me? 2 hours, 36 minutes. Okay. Okay. That's just rude. Well, that was not a very successful stick run. That does not look cooked. Oh, it is. Nice. Yay. Moldy moose meat. So appetizing. Of course, we still have these to break down. But the main thing is just that we keep the fire going. 3 hours, 6 minutes. Yeah, see, if I were to try and break these, if I were to try and break down any of the 1 hour, 57 minute items in here, like, I wouldn't have time. The game would punish me by taking the moose meat away. Now, the fire would still be going, so that's good. So there's an argument to be made for maybe, if I can get the fire, actually, yeah, if I could get the fire to a point where there are multiple hours left on it, I'm not cooking any moose meat, then I were to break something down. That would actually work. That would actually work. Okay, might do that. So we're exhausted. In terms of, like, immediate threat to survival, exhaustion doesn't affect my life that much. I can stay exhausted and wander around and, like, be okay. The problem is if a wolf were to get in a tussle with me right now. Jennifer would not fare well. So I want to be really careful. Alright, we've dropped all of our decoys. Alright, I'm going to veer off this way. Fingers crossed that I find just a few more sticks that aren't ghosts. I never thought that those would be words that would come out of my mouth. But it's 2025 and here we are. We're playing the long dark and I need sticks that are not ghost sticks. Notice that I'm being very careful with my enunciation there. Ghost sticks. Because I don't want to accidentally make a South Park joke that becomes a meme. And then I never live it down. I also want to be very careful not to completely be blind to a wolf's presence right now. I don't think I've actually searched this thicket for cattails yet, but so far it's not really promising. Maybe I have, in fact. Because I sure don't see any. Okay, this is where I kind of wanted to get. This is where it's more likely that there'll be sticks. Kind of interesting that there aren't any wolves out and about on the lake. I know we killed the one. Yeah, truth be told, what I might need to do is just break down one of these branches. Ah, here we go. Okay. Alright, there's a wolf over there. How long would these take? Hour, 30 minutes. See, that's the problem. Even the limbs, which are one of my best options, take so long to break down that it would, like... It's better just to stop cooking for a bit and do stuff with the fire. Okay. I see some cattails, but I'm going to hold off on grabbing those in favor, since I'm so close. Yeah, I'm keeping my head on a swivel right now because I do not want to miss not a moose, but a wolf. I'm kind of hoping there's a little bit of wood in here. There is. Perfect. Cedar firewood, reclaimed wood, sewing kit, rifle cartridge, cloth. Hell yeah, let's go. Newsprint. Flare. Alright, there's the hole. Nothing else here? Okay, let's go. I'm tempted to go check that cabin too, but I don't trust that there aren't any more wolves. So we're going to head straight back. That cedar firewood was a lifesaver. I honestly was hoping just to find a couple of pieces of reclaimed wood, and we got that too. We got the one. So that's a lot more time on the fire, and that's definitely going to enable me to break down the stuff I was talking about. Now, of course, it'll still take 2 hours off the fire, but the reclaimed wood that I get from breaking some of that stuff down will keep the fire going for longer. And the exhaustion is something I can live with. Matter of fact, I can drink some coffee now and offset that. In your face. Long dark. Fatigue reduced. Alright, so I still see some cattails I didn't pick there when I was on my way in. Probably because I was avoiding that wolf. You might recall that when I first arrived at the camp office, there was a wolf that was following me for a good ways. But it's actually pretty clear at the moment. I'm actually going to check for cattails right in here while I can. I'm pretty sure I already have, but we're going to double check. There is a hot fire waiting for you at the camp office. There's literally smoke. Those crows are circling the dead wolf. I'm surprised we haven't gotten the cougar cinematic yet. That's something that is probably coming, like, really, really soon. But there's no telling when. Alright, so nice. This just finished. Let's go ahead and add. Nice. We've got that ruined torch too. So before I cook anything more, we're going to break down some stuff for some more wood in here to keep the fire going longer. But first, let's step outside. No decoys in inventory. Fantastic, thank you for that. Okay, so how long exactly do we have on this fire? 3 hours, 55 minutes. We could break down this table and get... Ooh, the improvised hatchet definitely needs some sharpening, which I will do. I would hate to lose that. Let's go ahead and... I hate this. I really do. Tell you what, I'm going to break the shelf down first. There we go. 1 hour, 53 minutes. 4 hours, 53 minutes. That's much better. Now, actually, we did so well with that I think what I'll do is drink another coffee. I need to be mindful of how much condition the axe lost, though, so let's take a look at that. 37. Okay, we're going to do one more. But then I'm not risking this hatchet. Because that would suck. That would suck a lot. Right, now we got 5 hours. That's plenty of time. I don't believe I have any more coffee to speak of, with the exception of what's in the insulated flask. But I think I do want to keep going with this. So let's go ahead and resume our cooking. And now that we've found some fuel for the fire, we can resume our work on these. So harvesting this will take 34 minutes. We're going to do that. The good news is this might work out to a point where I can just sleep for most of a night, recover condition, maybe not even sleep a full 12 hours, but still be in good shape. Okay. Okay, we're going to put all that down. Yeah, I had a feeling these were bigger. All right, so 20 minutes until it's ready. How long is it going to take to harvest this? We can do that. Hold on, let me check. Yeah. First things first, we're going to eat some cattails, because God knows I am stocked on cattails. Hey, it's me. Okay, that's better. I've got... That's 13 minutes until it's ready. And this was going to take how long? Yeah, we can do that. Well, that's a delightful bloody knife, Jennifer. Thank you for keeping that front and center for us. Nice that we get to see the harvesting animations this time. Oh, you're fine. You are fine. Don't be a baby. Cooking 4. There it is. All right, we're going to grab the gamey moose meat. I guess that's the last of it. Yep, it is. We'll grab the animal fat too. And that's going to go outside. Hold on. Yeah, we've got these whetstones. I'm going to need those in a second to sharpen the hatchet. Which I will do. Let's see how these are doing. 22% cured already. Oh my god. Making progress. Look at all this moose meat. Look at it. Look at it. I'm just going to chow down on some real quick. Beautiful. This is a really, really good situation that we're in, food-wise. Now, I do need to sharpen this hatchet before I do too much else. How much time have I got on these? Tell you what, let's go ahead and break down this quarter while I'm looking at it. Why am I jumping every time I pick it up? Are we noticing that? 58 minutes to harvest this. Excuse? I guess that makes sense. Well, actually, hold on. So I don't lose condition unnecessarily, I'm going to drink another one of those coffees. The only downside to this is that I'm getting rid of all my coffee. I'll find more. We haven't been to Milton yet, for God's sake. I'm going to find more coffee. But I think this is a pretty worthy cause. So let's go ahead. And harvest. That moose meat will finish cooking. I need to check the time on the fire, too. 2 hours, 40 minutes. Actually, I didn't need to pick any more up because I had some in my inventory there. Okay, that's it. That's the last of the...
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
That's fantastic. That is the very last of that. Now, I think I did drop the cooked meat there, if I'm not mistaken. So let's double check. Yep, I see some. So we'll drop that outside. And yeah, this is interesting because I definitely could go grab more sticks at this point. But at the same time, like, food-wise, I'm in really good shape. So there's an argument for just putting all the meat outside now that I've finished the harvesting, which I think I'm going to do. We're going to put all of the meat outside. We're going to get some rest after these finish. And then we can do a little bit of hunting. Mainly scavenging, actually. But we can spend the last of the episode doing something other than cooking, which is nice. I still have this reading to do, too, which is Oh my gosh, there's an argument. Do all this reading while we have, like, the excuse. We do have cabin fever turned off. Oh, I still need to make the damn settings video. Y'all, listen, I'm moving. I've got a lot going on. I'm going to have less going on after next month. Finally. I do need to make that. But we do have cabin fever turned off. So I could get away with doing that reading. It wouldn't be a problem. Let's go ahead and sharpen the hatchet while I'm thinking about it. Remember when you couldn't do this? I'm pretty sure you still can't in Interloper. Or no, it's not in Interloper, but I think when you have the improvised tools in games where the non-improvised tools are available, or at least it used to be this way, you couldn't sharpen them with the whetstone. It probably hasn't been that way for a long time. I don't play on those configurations, so it's just not something that I've messed with. I'm pretty much exclusively custom mode. Okay. We have 36 minutes left on this fire. I'm actually okay with that. Let's go ahead and pick all of this up. Make sure I'm not missing any.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Might as well grab a torch off the fire just to make sure. Yep, there's some more animal fat. Okay. I am lugging a ton of meat right now. What we're going to do is just step out the back door, drop it all on the ground, wholesale, and then come upstairs and sleep. And it's going to be great. We're going to recover a lot of condition. There we go. And then, before we leave Mystery Lake, we can check a few more of the cabins nearby. That's a lot of progress. 25% cured. Moosehide is 13% cured, so by the time we're done with Milton, that should probably be done, if not almost done. We're just going to go ahead and let that die. I do want to pick up my cooking skillet and cooking pot on the off chance that I decide not to continue right away, and I don't want to just be in a place where I don't have them. Let's break that down. Need to spend a little bit more time sharpening you. Yeah, it's in much better condition now, thankfully. 66%. Fire's gone. 78%. This whetstone's almost done. That's fine, though. Let's get it above 80 and then leave it at that. Oh, screw it. We'll do one more. And now I can sleep. Glorious. Don't need to drink any tea or have any tea for that matter. I still have one coffee, which is nice. Let's chow down on a few of those. Hunger's not going to be a problem, nor is thirst. Okay, let's sleep for... I will go ahead and get... I think let's do 9 hours. Let's do 9. Because I'm not going far. I don't need to be fully rested. "19 days, 19 hours, 7 minutes. We no longer have sprain risk. The weather outside does not sound frightful. So let's go have a look, shall we? Nice. Absolutely gorgeous Mystery Lake morning to end our cooking run. Of course, we still have a little bit more cooking to do, but we're in really good shape. And truth be told, might just be doing some reading too. That would also put us in a very good position. It's interesting because it's one of the things I have to think about since I'm creating content. Not to go too meta right now, but like, since I'm creating content, it's like, you never want to have too many episodes in a row, since I don't do any cuts, right? You never want to have too many episodes in a row that are kind of more sedentary. It's good to mix things up. Have a sedentary episode once in a while, just kind of vibe. But at some point, there's a sense of urgency that kicks in and it's like, all right. It's like the Monty Python voice in the back of your mind. Get on with it! You know, and I hear that. I feel that. It's not just you, it's me too. Alright, I'm not sure how close that wolf is. Let's actually take this rock pretty wide. Yep. There's one wolf right there. There are some cattails over there that I can grab, but I'm actually going to hold off on those in favor of seeing if we can get around the wolf and getting to the far cabins. There's a fresh branch. That's kind of hilarious. Ah, they were probably here too when I came here the first time. I just didn't spend too much time looking. Alright, I see some cattails, but the wolf is patrolling back toward me. Definitely coming back toward me. That's problematic. Okay, good. Turned around again. Good timing. Up, turned around again. Will you make up your mind, wolf? Where are you patrolling? That wolf might aggro. I'm gonna try and move away from it here. Oh, good. I was hoping... I was kind of... No, not hoping. I was afraid that... You know, we could go up there, too. That's one place we haven't searched in a while. That might be worth checking out. That's one location I don't visit as often, to be honest. Yeah, I was afraid that as I came over that ridge, there would be another wolf in a new location where I'm not used to there being a wolf. Because there usually aren't wolves like back in here.
I've never felt so cold in my life.
You have, though. You have, though, Jennifer. You definitely have, without question. Is that a cave? That is a cave. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the cave that was added in, what was it, the Hunted Part 1? Part 2? Somewhere? It's been a while since... You know, it's funny, I replayed all those challenges back when the channel came back online in 2023. In the Against All Challenges series. Which, they still haven't done the Hunted Part 3. I don't know if they're... Actually, come to think of it, that was one of the things they announced for Tales? Am I just now realizing this in real time? Because they've said that Tales is done. But at one point they said they were going to try and do, or they were definitely going to do, the Hunted Part 3? Is that just... I might need to go back and see if... I mean, feel free to talk about it in the comments, but I'm realizing in real time right now, wait a minute, they said that was going to be part of Tales, and they haven't mentioned it in a while. And it wasn't part of the stuff that they mentioned in the 2025 updates stuff. And now they're working on BLACKFROST. So maybe there won't be another Against All Challenges series after all. Anyway. I guess we'll find out one way or the other. Anything else here? Nope. Searched everything. I can take some stuff off the walls if I wanted to, using this handy feature. But I won't. I think before I settle down anywhere, I do still have to recover some condition a bit. But let's search these other cabins. Keeping an eye out for wolves, of course. Well, this other cabin, I should say. Singular. Crate, chair, tin of sardines. Just what I needed. Candy bar, also just what I needed. Okay. Now the question is, would it be safe for me to travel a little bit farther? So there's a wolf there. Yeah, let's go just a little bit farther. Might do that reading in the next episode, but for now, I just want to head this way. Any cattails in this thicket to speak of? Yep. Any others? No?
Too cold to think.
Hey, look, there's the bear. In pretty much the same place the bear's always been. Interesting. Okay. So some wildlife hasn't changed too much. And let's be honest. In some ways, it's nice that Mystery Lake doesn't feel like it's changed too much. This is, and always will be, the classic Long Dark experience. So change the rest of the world, that's fine. But updating Mystery Lake, in some ways, maybe I like the idea that it's mostly the same. And that the animals that I've seen here are mostly in the same places they used to be. Maybe I'm okay with that. Okay. Okay. One more thing. Let's go out here. There's one other cabin. Other one's burned out. Note left behind. Backer 4675. There's nothing left. The matches got wet and I'm down to a couple of tins of peaches and a can of pop. I don't know what to do. I want to go, but where do I go? Those wolves everywhere, scratching at the door, pawing at the windows, waiting. A dull knife, a rock, a length of rope. It's like one of those jokes you hear about when three guys walk into a bar and the bartender says, "Hey, you can't bring rope in here." Something about afraid not. Something like that. Rude. Womp womp. Okay. Afraid not. How dare you, backer 4795 or whatever your number was. Okay. Hey, look, there's some spray paint that I'm not going to pick up. How about that? Already checked that. I'm just triple checking everything. Right, we're good. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to chow down on this. I'm also going to go ahead and eat those sardines. Yeah. We better eat these now. You better not. Don't you dare. Okay, we're good. Out of water, so we'll have to make some more next episode. But what I will do is hop in bed here. How much time do we have? Plenty. Let's get, let's say, 5 hours sleep. And that will cover us for our full amount of rest. We'll recover our condition fully. And hopefully won't have a storm as we begin next episode. Yeah, we're good. Next time we will finish searching the cabins and then head back. Maybe finish our cooking, but at the very least, we'll get a lot of reading done, if not both at the same time. Ideally, we can do both at the same time, because we might be able to find some more sticks on the way back. We could harvest up some wood, for example, and have a fire that'll go for all the time that we need, finish the cooking, do the reading. Yeah, that actually sounds like a really good idea, now that I've got all that moose meat. So we'll do that next episode, and then head to Milton. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. For early episodes, channel emotes, and member badges, look for the join button. New episodes will be arriving at 1 p.m. US Eastern Time every other day, and comments are always welcome, so leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.